Squad, Wendy James and Judy Ho, both psychologists, to talk a little bit about this idea of too much too soon. Being able to handle a $40 million contract at 23 years old, being able to handle the celebrity and the hero status that comes along with being a football star. Wendy, why don't I get your take first?
Again, we're talking about a hero, and they do. Celebrities get too much too soon, and it's real important because to murder, if he did murder, and we're going by the news, and now a second incident possibly, to do that, you have to be severely mentally disturbed. And so if he is there every day performing as a football player, the support of his team and his coach and the people there, he has to be regimented in his schedule. And how, we don't know how, nobody knew this, and he was doing this kind of behavior. So this is even farther than what we see in drugs and alcohol with celebrities.
And Judy, that's an interesting point that Wendy's making. You know, celebrity can almost have the same kind of an effect as a drug, that rush, that thrill of being induced by some sort of stimulation. Don't you agree? Can you hear me?
I absolutely agree. I think being a celebrity. Hello?
Yeah,
can you hear me?
Yeah, we can
hear
you.
Go
ahead.
Oh,
there may
great.
be a little bit of a delay,
perfect.
that's why.
Got it. Thank you. So, Lynn, I absolutely agree. You know, being a celebrity comes with the rushes, but they come with the ups and they come with the downs. And unfortunately, I see Aaron sort of like the way I see a lot of failed child stars. You know, what you were saying about the too much too soon. He wasn't mature enough psychologically to handle any of this. He came from a childhood and in an upbringing in a family environment that was so incredibly different. And now he has a celebrity. He has all of this money. Everybody is watching him. And I really think that he crumbled under the pressure. But Wendy's also right that there was something else going on underlying that isn't normal, the criminal behavior, and people have let him get away with a lot of things. The Patriots signed him even though he did fail a drug test. And so there were places, I think, where people could have intervened and they didn't.
And you make an interesting point. I'll go back to Wendy because you mentioned that she touched on that a little bit. And, you know, you have, as Jeff was talking about, these photos of Aaron Hernandez posing with a gun and all of these things. I mean, where were the Patriots when all of this was going down, saying, is this the type of role model, no matter how good a football player you are? And I get it. There's a lot of money in football, but there are a lot of kids and a lot of people looking at you as a role model.
And that's true. We need to be a role model first. And we see the rush that they have to be, but they obviously, he was very, very good. And now he's ruined his whole career. And yes, it is the responsibility of the team, of the coach, of the other people that they're seeing day in and day out to look at his behavior and to help him with his behavior. And there's counseling and psychology that can help him if he had a childhood this bad. That it still doesn't justify murder. And these celebrities do get too much too fast. Yet there needs to be someone there to help him, because we see a lot of celebrities that are just fine and have good role models for children too.
And Wendy, you mentioned the word murder. We just want to again reiterate he's only been charged on murder and weapons charges, not convicted. So we do want to make sure that that point is made clear. We're going to take a quick break. More with my Psych Squad coming up right after this. Stay with us.